Hello children, this is Saubhagya Madam from ABS Public School, and this year I am going to teach you science subject, which is very interesting subject. Everybody are ready for this? Yes. Before we go deeply into our lessons, let us discuss few things which are very important these days to learn. What are these? Firstly, we are staying at home because of the coronavirus, which is spreading from one person to another person. So, to stay safe from this coronavirus infection, everybody have to follow few things. What are these precautionary methods? First point, everyone have to wash your hands thoroughly and properly so that the virus which is present on your hands will wash away and it will not affect you. How we have to wash these hands? Firstly, we have to wash these hands by taking some soap or by putting a Dettol solution or by using any kind of sanitizer. What does all these three things do? They will kill the virus and they will protect us so we are safe from the virus. Secondly, what we have to do is we have to wear a mask on our face wherever we are going outside from the home. Why we have to do this? This is very important. Why? Because whenever we are going outside, the pollution or the virus which is there in the atmosphere will come and enter our mouth or through the nose into our body. So to protect from this, we have to wear a mask which can cover this area on our face so that it will protect us from the deadly coronavirus. I hope children, you are very safe at home, playing and reading, and let us start our classes for this year so that we will learn more things just staying at home safely. Okay. Now let us learn about living things. Do you know what are living things? Yes, the things which can move from one place to another place, or they can eat food, or they can breathe, or they can give rise to their young ones. Have you ever seen a dog at your home? What does this dog do? This dog, nicely it will eat the food which you are going to keep it for them. Yes or no? And we people, we also will move from one place to another. We run, we jump and do all the activities. Yes, and the human beings will give birth to the young ones. We know that. And have you ever seen in our garden we find many different things, like we see plants. If you go outside we can see the flying birds, and if you go to the market you see the fish which we really like to eat. Yes, and tortoise, and some people will grow nice pigeons and parrots at home. What are all these things? Can you guess, children? Yes, all these things are living things. And there are also few things which are at our home. If you see in our home, search in your home, I think you can see some books, some sofa or chairs or a wall clock. And every day you are going to play with this one, this little thing, the cell phone. Can anybody say me, does this cell phone move from one place to another? Definitely no. Can your books move from one place to another? No. Okay. Can your sofa give rise to another sofa? That means a baby sofa? Definitely no. So what are all these things? Definitely I can say that all these things are non-living things. As we have learned earlier in the early classes, like in the class 3 and 4, we know the classification or the differences between the living things and non-living things. And in this class, we are going to learn what are the basic things or what are the differences, main differences between the living things and non-living things. Okay. If we see the living things or the non-living things, there are mainly few characteristics that are differentiating these living things from the non-living things. If you see a plant, it will move from one place to another like this. Yes, just because of the air. If you see a cat, it can jump from one wall to the another one. It is nicely moving from one place to another place. It is eating some food and also it is taking in air. Yes or no? Then if you check a book, it will not eat anything. Yes. So now let us know what are the main characteristics. The main characteristics of the living things are, firstly, they have to move from one place to another place. Yes, we never sit at home. We jump, we move, we run, and we are very interested in from moving from one place to another place. Correct, children? Yes. And nextly, we do eating. Every day we have a breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and so on. All the variety items which our mama will be doing at home. I think everybody are eating really very good dishes which are prepared by your mother. Then enjoy those foods. Good. And nextly, what we do? We take in air. Yes, we are taking in air and we drink some water and we eat nice yummy foods. Really, children? Then say me what you have taken for your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner. Okay. What is the next characteristics? The living things have to give birth to the young ones. If you see a dog which is at your home, if it is a female dog, it will really give you small puppies. Many of you know that. Yes or no? If you see any crow or any kind of bird, it will lay eggs and from that eggs we are going to get small babies. Yes? If you see any animals, other animals, they are giving rise directly to the young ones or some are laying eggs and from those eggs we are getting the young ones. So, up to now what you have learned? First thing, there should be movement. Secondly, they have to eat something or they have to take in air. Thirdly, they have to give rise to their young ones. What they have to give? They have to give rise to their young ones. Means they have to give small babies. And, okay, what is the next characteristic? Next one is they have to grow. If you see, we were very small kids when our mother gave us birth. But now see how tall and long I am. Yes? So from the small baby, I have grown up to a big adult. So all the living things, they have to grow. What they have to do? They have to grow. If you take a seed, see, a seed is kept in the soil that is very small and tiny. But after a few days, what it will do? It will absorb all the nutrients from the soil and it will grow from a small seed to a small plant. From there, it will go to a shrub or a herb, and later on, if it is a tree, it will convert into a big tree. Correct? So what this seed is doing? The seed is directly or daily, it is growing from small to big, a big and very large. So, for every living thing, the main characters are, they have to eat food, they have to breathe, they have to move, and they have to grow, and they have to give birth to their young ones. And not only that, they also have to respond. What does this response means? Response is nothing but reaction to the action. For example, if I say, children, please sit calm. If I shout at you or if I say to you, what do? You'll sit straight, yes? Or if you're doing something, your mommy have come to you and she'll say, Nana, please sit quietly, don't shout. Then what you'll do? You're responding to what your mother is saying. And if you go on outside and see, if a dog is sitting somewhere, if you just touch it, what it will do? It will move away from there. And a bird, it is nicely flying. So it is showing some response. Or the best example is, see, generally we have cockroaches at home, which is very deadly. Yes. What the cockroaches will do? If you put on the light, the cockroaches will run away. So they are responding. And one more best example is mimosa plant. What does this mimosa plant do? Or simply you can say it as touch me not. If you touch the leaves of that plant, the leaves will come close. So it is responding to something, or it is reacting to something. So what I wanted to say is, there are few characteristics which are very important to differentiate between the living things and non-living things. So let us give a quick review of what are the characteristics that are required for differentiating a living thing and a non-living thing. First thing, they have to move from one place to another place. Yes. Secondly, they require some food to grow. They will take some food. Thirdly, they will grow. So from small to big. Yes. Next one, they are having some response. They are responding to the environmental conditions. See, if it is raining, what we will do? We will run away from that rain. Or if it is very hot outside, we go and sit in some shady place. Or if it is very cold, we are going to wear some sweaters. Yes. So we are responding or reacting to particular conditions which are there in our environment around us. So if all these characteristics are seen in things, so those things will show us the identification between living things and non-living things. Then you will get it out. Ma'am, there are few things which are common in both living things and non-living things. Yes. Though there are few common things and living things and non-living things, but the other qualities, the discussed points are there. In this discussed points, if any one characteristic there, we cannot take them as living things. If all these characteristics are there or observed in a thing, then only we can say the things are living things. There are some man-made living things, or there are some natural non-living things. For example, if you see the sun, moon, stars, the moon will move from one place to another place. The sun is moving from east to west. So it is moving, but we are not going to take it as a living thing. Why? Because it cannot give rise to the babies, or it cannot breathe, or it cannot eat anything. So taking these qualities in condition, we will discuss clearly with a few examples about what are living things and what are non-living things. Okay, first we will learn about the movement. Firstly, animals and human beings generally, they move from one place to another place. See, daily your father is going out for work. Your mother is cooking and doing all the household works by moving from one place to another place. And you people, you are staying at home daily, and whenever you have to go to a school, then you move from one place to another place. So what we are doing, we are having some movement in our body. But if you take plants, does they move? Definitely no. But though they doesn't move, they are considered as living things. Why? Why? Because the plants are having the other characteristic, like they breathe in, they take food, and they grow. Now let us see with the example. As I have already said that a small seed which is kept in the soil, it will grow day by day daily by taking some food. Yes? Yes, definitely. It will take all the nutrients which are present in the soil and it starts growing. So what it is showing? It is showing growth. And if you observe the leaf, what does the leaf contain? The leaf contains chlorophyll. Repeat it again. Chlorophyll. Phyll. What is this chlorophyll? This chlorophyll is nothing but a green color pigment which is present in every plant. All the leaves on the plants contain this chlorophyll. What is the use of this chlorophyll? This chlorophyll pigment which is present in the leaves are helping the plants to prepare their own food. What they are preparing? Their own food. Correct. How they are preparing it? By using this chlorophyll and the water which is absorbed from the roots, and also the minerals which are present in the soil and the sunlight, all together help the plant to prepare some food. The food is prepared in the leaves and it is transferred from the leaves to the stems and other parts of the plant. So the plant itself can prepare its food. So it is considered as a living thing, although it doesn't move from one place to another place. Whenever we are discussing about the second point is breathing. See, if you close your nose, what is happening? You cannot breathe. Yes? Try it once. Good. So you can see the feeling, correct? You cannot breathe if you are closing your nose. So by this we can prove that all the human beings are breathers. So we are considered as living things. But how could a plant breathe? Yes, plants are also breathing by the leaves. The leaves are containing small structures called stomata. If you turn the leaf and observe under a microscope, you can observe small tiny holes on the leaves. From these small tiny holes called stomata, the leaves will breathe. They will take in the carbon dioxide and give out the oxygen. This oxygen which is coming from the plants we are taking in. So we can breathe only if we are having more amount of trees around us. So do not cut the trees. So by this we can say that the plants are breathing. And if you observe, take any fruit, for example a mango. Now this is mango season, children. Yes, everybody loves that fruit. And if you take that mango, if you cut that mango into two halves, you can find a big seed inside it. The seed, if you put the seed into the soil again, that seed is giving rise to another plant. It means from one plant we are getting another plant. So the plant is also reproducing. So it is giving rise to its young ones. So from one plant we can get many plants. Why? Because the plant is giving many seeds, and if these seeds when are regrown, when we put them into the soil again, they are giving rise into a new plant. By this thing, again we can say the plant is also a living thing. And we can discuss the next thing. What it is? Response. As I already said, if your mother is beating you, you will run away from there. Correct, children? If you take a dog, again I will say the same example. If you beat the dog, it will bark at you and it will run away. Or if you touch the leaves of the plants during the night time, if you observe many trees in your locality, the leaves will be folding like this. Yes? So it is responding to the atmospheric conditions. And the best example is the sunflower plant. If you take the sunflower plant, what is the sunflower? It is also called, why the name is given sunflower? Why? Because the flower which is going on this sunflower plant will go along with the sunlight. See, in the morning time the flowers will face to the east side, and in the afternoon the flowers are facing the sun directly, and in the evening they will turn back to the west. So what it is? They are responding to the stimuli, or they are responding to the surrounding conditions. So by this experiment we can prove that all living things have to show some response. Correct, children? If I say, hey, stand up, then you people will stand up. If I say, sit down, by listening to my command, you are responding. So, we are also considered as living things. If you take an aquarium, the fishes will be there in that. If you put your hand or finger into that aquarium, what the fishes will do? The fishes will run away from the finger. Otherwise, they will happily swim in the water. Whenever you are putting your finger inside it, the fishes are running away from the finger. So, what they are showing? The fishes are also showing some response. So, the fish is also considered as a living thing. And now we were talking about one more important point. Apart from all these characteristics, the living things are also having one more character that is called as cellularism. What is this cellularism? Every living thing or every non-living thing is made up of cells, the basic structure of any living thing, we can say. It is made up of cells. For example, if you see the amoeba is a single cellular organism, means it contains only a single cell. If you take any other organisms, they are multicellular. See, our human body is made up of many cells. We have skin cells, we have hair cells, we have cells in our total face and in our body. Yes or no? So, these cells are also useful, or these cells are also considered as one of the characteristics for the living things. Now we'll see the next characteristic, that is called reproduction. I have already said that giving rise to babies is called as reproduction. Does all the animals give directly babies? No. If you see a hen, the hen will lay eggs. From that eggs we are getting the baby chicks. Yes. If you see human beings, they directly give birth to the young ones. If you see dog or pig, they also lay their young ones directly. And I have already discussed that from a seed a plant is growing. Again the plant, after it is grown up, again it is giving some seeds. Again if that seeds grow on, they will give rise to new plants. Not only through seeds, some plants will also reproduce or give rise to the young ones by spores. Spores are something that are present in the, it is one kind of seed. Okay, simply we can say it is a kind of seed. These spores are which are very minute, which you cannot see, or which are very tiny. When they are thrown away by the air or by the animals or by the water, they give rise to the new plants. So this is called one type of reproduction. So by this also we can say the plants and animals and the human beings are living things. Mainly the living things are categorized into two categories. First one is animals and second one is plants. Okay, before we end our lesson, let me have a quick review of what we have learned. So, all the things which are around us, there are many living things and non-living things. You know by now what is the difference between the living things and the non-living things. And now, before I end the lesson, I want you to do some homework. Take out your science book or any rough book and now think about the differences between the living things and non-living things. What the living things can do and what the non-living things can do. Take few examples, like one or two examples, and depending upon those examples, you write down or note down the points in your book. What are the differences that you see and what are the characteristics which are found in those examples? Like you take some books or chair or a wall clock, a small baby, a tree, a cat, or something like that. Take a column of these things and see the characteristics in them. Either they are moving, they are giving rise to young ones, or they are responding, or they are taking in air, that is called breathing. So list out the characteristics. You have listened now? So list out the characteristics and identify, basing on these characteristics, whether they're taken into living things or non-living